going on, dudes and dudettes? So yes, Isaiah Mobley has decided to return back to USC. Did have the possibility of going to the NBA, but looks like he probably wasn't going to get drafted where he wanted to. So yes, I think he is making the right decision. He could be drafted late in the first round next year, in my opinion. So that would be a cool thing. Definitely have some higher hopes for USC heading into the NCAA tournament, especially now. Then USC got a commitment from a 3-star offensive lineman in Keith Olson out of the state of Washington. He was committed to up there, but now he's officially coming to USC, so that's pretty good. Looks like a pretty big dude already, so definitely glad to have him. Then, yes, they lost a commitment, USC did, from tight end Kenyon Burnett. He was a 4-star out of Servite High School out there in Orange County. And I think the main reason probably is because his quarterback had just recently committed to the University of Arizona. And I know his top wide receiver as well is looking to go out there. And I don't know, they're talking about like a lot of good stuff happening out there in Arizona, especially with the new coaching staff. And I never really heard of the coach, but they're definitely trying to build a brotherhood down there. And yeah, it's going to be tough losing a lot of these SoCal guys out there, but it is one of those other top party schools, so I guess we're going to end up losing a couple of these guys, which sucks. Then they mentioned that Joey Bosa, one analyst had him as ranked in the top 3 of the NFL as a pass rusher. Pretty sure Myles Garrett is up there, 1 or 2. I don't really know who they can really choose who's the other guy. I know guys like Von Miller and Khalil Mack have kind of gone down with injuries and inconsistent play and all that stuff, so I don't know who's ahead of him, but top 3 sounds about right. Maybe his brother is ahead of him, because I know J.J. Watt too isn't a top 3 player in that position anymore. So yeah, both their brothers are dominating the NFL. I know his brother will miss pretty much all of last year with the torn ACL, so pretty sure he'll be back strong. But yeah, glad at least we got one of the Bosa brothers. Then Jason Tatum, ex-Duke player, obviously, is playing right now and practicing for Team USA basketball before they head to Tokyo. And he's actually donning Kobe Bryant's number 10 jersey. I don't know if they ever retire Olympic numbers. I don't think so. But obviously they haven't done that if he's able to wear it. But of course he was a big time Kobe fan, and that's why I always wanted him on the Lakers, because I knew he had something in him special that he wanted to channel Kobe. And of course he's a really good talented player right now, just for the bigger rivals of the Lakers, the Celtics. So that's my type of luck. But yeah, hopefully it brings him some good luck. I don't remember the last number he wore for the last, I think it was in 2019 when they were doing stuff down there in Australia, but I know they did not place well when they last played, so hopefully things could go better for them. Then USC shooting guard or small forward Drew Peterson, he actually is one of the first guys at USC that I've known so far that has signed his name, image, and likeness contract type of thing. So he was able to get a deal with a company called Barstool Sports. They're pretty well known. I don't really follow them. I don't know what exactly he's going to be doing with them, but he is one of the first USC players, as I mentioned, that I know is making money as of right now of his name, image, and likeness, which is pretty cool. So I'm pretty sure we'll see other deals coming shortly for these guys. Then, yes, some more USC football news. So they did get a transfer in the portal from a wide receiver out of Texas. Once again, I think this is like the 4th player from the University of Texas. So if we couldn't beat them the last time we played them, then I guess, we'll take some of their players. But it isn't surprising, because a lot of the ex-coaches are from out there. And this guy was apparently a talented guy. I don't really remember him that much coming out of high school, but he was a talented guy out there, highly sought after. And yeah, USC is adding way more depth on their wide receiver line. It's just kind of tough, because I know there's a lot of younger guys that are still coming into high school or coming into college, whether it's this year or the following season, and they're pretty talented, but there's a lot of spots running out for those guys out on USC's roster, so hopefully they don't get too many transfers. Then a thing came out saying that the Lakers were interested in going after DeRozan in free agency. I know it said like they can make a deal or something like that. It's kind of weirding me out because I know DeRozan is a free agent this summer, and I don't know why you would have to trade with the Spurs, because historically the Spurs don't like to trade with the Lakers, especially Greg Popovich while he's still there, because he doesn't think you should give another West team your better players and make them better, and you still have to play them once you get to the playoffs. So I don't know if he would do it. It might be harder to sign him as a free agent because he might have to the Lakers can only probably offer him about $5 million, which is pretty low, especially for a guy like him. I don't know if he would accept that, but he does like the idea of finally coming back home to LA and playing. It does suck if, say Kawhi decides not to stay with the Clippers this offseason, then, they're going to throw buttloads of money towards DeRozan because he's interested in coming back to LA. So it'll suck, but at least he'll be back home. But definitely want him on the Lakers. I guess they can make a trade somehow with them, like a sign-in trade for Dennis Schroeder or something like that. But we'll see. Definitely trying to get the ex-USC player back to the Lakers. Then yeah, there's a bunch of Grayson Allen stuff I've been collecting for months and stuff, and I was gonna do like a mini video, but just never flourished into the type of video I wanted. So took some of the best moments out of the last couple months from what I've gotten. Yeah, according to them, there's a Grayson Allen effect. If he's on the team, your team is usually productive and in the playoffs and stuff so far in his young career. I think one game, it was a pretty hyped game because for some reason Trae Young hates him a lot. I know when they were rookies in Summer League, they had an altercation, and then a couple more times there were some other altercations. But even during this game, there was like something that Trae Young said he did to him or tried to do to him, and it wasn't really true. You could see that it was just Trae Young being a little B. So, and it didn't matter because Grayson Allen went off in that game and had 30 points in the W, so that was even better to see. But then some other good highlights for him that happened was like he had a career high in 3-point field goals made against the Bucks, who are a pretty talented team because they're in the freaking finals right now. So that was a good highlight for him. Then there's one time when he was actually playing against the Lakers where he was going up for a rebound and he was around LeBron, and then it was another player from his team. They were all three pretty much going for the ball, and then LeBron winds up on the floor. At the very first second, I'm pretty sure people wanted to say that it was Grayson Allen who either tripped him or threw him to the ground or something like that. But upon further review of the replay, you could totally see that LeBron flops and was trying to get contact on purpose, and that's why LeBron didn't even really do anything towards Grayson Allen. He was actually more pissed off at the other guy, Dillon Brooks, I believe at the time, who's a feisty player. But yeah, it was just LeBron being LeBron, as you can tell. And then yeah, and it's just weird too, like once his season kind of ended, that they mentioned that he could be in trade talks. I don't think he is a free agent, but for a guy still on his rookie deal who can come off the bench for you or even start like he did for Memphis this year, still be productive, average from like 12 to 18 points for you, it's a pretty good deal. And most of his shots are going to come from three, but he can play make as well. I know during his sophomore and junior year at Duke, he had to play more point guard, so that's why he's good at that. So of course I would like him on the Lakers, but I don't know if Memphis will want to trade with the Lakers in the same Western Conference. And then to end on some miscellaneous news, excuse me, yes, Travis Barker did an interview recently and sort of threw it out there that he's been talking a lot with Tom DeLonge and Mark Hoppus, of course, after his cancer diagnosis. But he did also mention too that there could be a possibility where Tom DeLonge could rejoin Blink-182 at some point. It's always good to hear them say that, whether it does happen or not. It's the main reason why they haven't been together, or why Tom left in the first place, is because he's so busy doing his UFO and government and you know, feature film stuff. Like he has 2 shows in production, whether it's a live action show or a cartoon show for TBS. And then also he just finished filming his movie that he directed himself, and he's been directing music videos for the Angels and Airwaves record that's coming out later this year. So he has a lot on his plate, and especially all that UFO stuff that was confirmed by the government that stated it came from the To The Stars website, which is his website, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so I don't think it would happen anytime soon. Sadly, if, you know, they find out Mark Hoppus maybe doesn't have a lot of time left, then they would probably end up doing a farewell tour, and I'm pretty sure he would stop everything to do that. But yeah, let's just hope it doesn't get that drastic. So yes, thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below, let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.